Okay, welcome to this Level-D Simulations Boeing 767-300ER Autoland demonstration video. We're making the Autoland this time at maximum landing weight and with the maximum allowable crosswind for an Autoland. Let's start by identifying the ILS, and that can be done by using the ILS selector on the audio selector panel, and you identify the ILS by listening to the Morse code that the ILS is transmitting, and of course comparing that to the chart indications for the localizer. Okay, once we're happy with that, we can close the pedestal, and as you can see we are doing 185 knots, holding 1600 feet and flying on flap 5 configuration for the localizer intercept. This is actually a very good configuration to be in during a localizer capture. Usually around 180 to 190 on flap 5 will do fine. It's also a standard procedure to first capture the localizer, and only after that we can arm the approach. Okay, the localizer is now being captured. Aircraft is turning left.
Gear down.
And at this point I'm also slowing down a bit to 175, putting the gear down and also taking flap 20 out, because the speed is going below flap 5 maneuvering speed.
Flaps 20.
I have also pre-selected auto brake level 2 for this landing. And as we are getting closer to the glide slope intercept point and we are getting established on the localizer, we can now start thinking about arming the approach mode. Okay, let's arm the approach. The remaining two autopilots will also arm, and notice that they are only armed at this point. When we go past 1500 feet on the radio, the other two autopilots will engage. I'm also slowing down to 160 now. And once the glide slope becomes alive, we can reduce back to VREF plus 5 and take further flaps out. Which is right now. Okay, I'm dialing 147 for the speed, which is VREF plus 5, and also taking out the remaining of the flaps. Flap 30, that is.
Flaps 30.
Notice the speed is now bleeding nicely back to near VREF plus 5 for the glide slope intercept. And now we are intercepting the glide slope, and the aircraft starts down on approximately 650 to 750 feet per minute. We also went past 1500 feet, and the flare and rollout modes became armed, which you can see on the FMA, and also the Autoland status annunciator is showing land 3, which basically means that we have no faults in any of the aircraft systems that would prevent an autoland. This is also called as fail operational state. At this point, the aircraft is in its final landing configuration, doing VREF +5. Landing flaps are out, gear is down, auto brakes are selected, the speed brake has been previously armed on the pedestal, and all three autopilots are engaged for the autoland. At this point, the pilot has to monitor the approach for any anomalies or any weird things, weird enunciations of the FMA or anything like that.
400.
Okay, runway lights in sight, we have contact, 300 feet.
300.
Still perfectly on the glide and on the localizer. Speed is
Minimum,
steady on
minimum.
number 7. 150.
100.
Okay, 70 feet, flare is engaging. Throttles to idle.
40.
The aircraft is
30.
pitching up. 20.
20.
10. Pitching up
10.
to 45 degrees. And touchdown. And nose gear down. Auto brakes are kicking in, and I have also disconnected the autopilot and now steering the aircraft with my rudder pedals. 80 knots and disengaging the reversers, and also initiating manual braking by pressing the toe brakes. Okay, that was basically how you do the Autoland on the 767. And now also let's take a quick look at it from the outside as well. Notice that the aircraft is holding really steady, no extra
100.
movements or corrections, and also remember that this is during a maximum
40.
crosswind for the
30.
Autoland.
20. 10.
There, nice flare and touchdown, nose gear down, speed brake is up automatically, and then reversers are engaging. If you have any questions about the Autoland or anything else for that matter, you can go to the Level-D support forums and ask about it there. You can also PM any of the beta team members for any private questions about the about how to operate this aircraft. And thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more educational videos later on.